Those trees had stood on my family's land for nearly 30 years. But according to the HOA president, they were blocking the neighborhood's million-dollar view. She demanded they disappear. A week later, the HOA mailed me a formal notice. They claimed my perfectly healthy trees violated the community's scenic standards. I knew something wasn't right. When I checked my property records, the truth became obvious. Every single tree stood well inside my legal boundary. The HOA had no authority over them. I returned from a business trip to find the impossible. My trees were gone. Fresh stumps stretched across my property like a scar. The loss wasn't just financial. Those trees had shaded my home, protected wildlife, and held decades of family memories. Someone had crossed a line. I reported everything immediately. The deputies documented every stump, every footprint, and every piece of evidence left behind. The county records confirmed what I already knew. The HOA never had permission to touch anything on my property. Instead of reacting emotionally, I chose patience. My attorney smiled after reviewing the evidence. We had far more options than the HOA realized. Without the trees, everyone suddenly had the view they wanted, but they had no idea how temporary that victory would be. A few weeks later, survey crews arrived. The neighbors thought I was replacing the trees. They couldn't have been more wrong. Construction trucks rolled in before sunrise. Everyone assumed I was planting bigger, more expensive trees. I let them believe exactly that. Every permit had already been approved by the county. Every measurement matched local building regulations. There was nothing the HOA could legally stop. When the foundations were poured, some neighbors finally realized this wasn't a landscaping project. Something much bigger was coming. The first wall section rose into place. For the first time, the neighborhood understood exactly what I was building. The HOA demanded the county shut everything down. Instead, inspectors simply verified my permits and wished me a good day. The wall wasn't ugly. It was professionally designed, beautifully finished, and completely legal. It also blocked every inch of the view they had stolen my trees to enjoy. Letters from the HOA kept arriving. My attorney answered every one of them with the same response. Our client is fully compliant with county law. The HOA considered legal action. After reviewing the evidence, their own attorneys warned them the case would likely fail. The project transformed my backyard into a quiet private retreat. The unexpected bonus was that the so-called million-dollar view disappeared completely. They cut down my trees to improve their view. In the end, they lost the view forever, and I gained the privacy I always deserved. By the next morning, the entire neighborhood had accepted the truth. The panoramic view they had fought so hard to protect had completely disappeared. Residents demanded answers during the next HOA meeting. Many blamed the board for creating a problem that never should have existed. Meanwhile, my attorney finished documenting every loss. The unauthorized tree removal carried serious financial consequences. Faced with overwhelming evidence, the HOA chose negotiation over a lengthy court battle. They finally understood how expensive one reckless decision could become. Instead of replacing the old tree line exactly as it had been, I created something even better. My property became a peaceful private sanctuary. As the new trees matured, wildlife slowly returned. My backyard became quieter, greener, and far more private than ever before. The controversy slowly faded, but the board's reputation never fully recovered. People remembered who had started the conflict. What began with the loss of a few trees ended with something much greater. I protected my property, my privacy, and my peace of mind. Sometimes the best response isn't anger or revenge. It's finding a legal, permanent solution that protects what belongs to you. They cut my trees for a better view. In the end, they lost the view forever, while I gained the privacy I had always wanted. Some lessons are learned only after the consequences become impossible to ignore. If you enjoyed this HOA story, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible HOA tales every week. Also, let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear from you.